What's up? This is Thomas Davis, man, and you are watching the Black Cat Panther podcast. Make sure y'all tune in all season long.
Yeah, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast.
Can I run up the score, run up the board, breaking the mold? Ay, ay, walking the door, you know what happened? We step on the floor. Ay, ay, coming from on, you don't want partners, you already know it. Ay, ay, come on to it, you already know I'm finna go do it. Ay, yeah, I'm locked in and I feel like Mark 10. Ay, walking to a room, chest up with my chin. Ay, already finished for this joint, even begin. Ay, when is what I am, I cannot ever pretend. Ay, yeah, never pretend. Ay, back in the lab again. Ay, you were not touching the friends, ayy. You were not touching the can, ayy. Putting the points on the board, I'm killing the boys, you know what it is, ayy. Switching the moves, no number two, I came in to win. They said I'm tapped in with the action, if they got the master on the master, I can never move passive. I'm active, I can make them go ghost on this cast, but wanna know who running it, just ask us. On the track, I'm gunning it, I'm blasting this, that gas, and diesel, shack and dog.
You know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat, hey, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast, my whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Your boys is back up in the building. Y'all already see what time it is. It's training camp time. Training camp time. Logic, how you feeling over there, cuz? What's going on?
What's good with your Q Newton? How you doing, baby?
I'm feeling pretty good over here, dog. You see what that thing say? Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Since the training camp is here, I got one thing to say. Just for the one time, a big man.
Yeah. The savior of the Panthers is now here. What's going on to everybody in the chat? Earl Lotley, what's happening? Blue, what's going on with you, my boy? Anthony Brown, what's happening with you? Look, it's a lot of things. See, cousin Raleigh Woods, see what's going on with you. That's fam right there. Look, man, it's one of them things where, what's up, Patrick, what's going on with you? He said, time for that real Panther talk, no sugarcoating shit. Oh, we're going to take an in-depth look of what happened at training camp. I'm going to play a couple of videos, highlights here and there. I haven't seen any of this, so it'll be good to see what really went and transpired yesterday. So we're going to also take you to some interviews down there from camp. Today is all about this season's camp. And like I said, let's make sure as we get in here, we wipe our feet off on the mat and like the video and do our part. So without further ado, like I said, the fellas will be getting up in here in the building in a minute. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's get into it as we do. Logic, you saw your boy Bryce Young threw a pick in his first day to Damani Richardson. How you feel about that? Did you saw that? Anything there, Logic?
Yes, sir.
Did you see your boy throw a pick
Yeah. We seen the old yeah. You know, people will deny that's what that was, but yeah, it clear as day. It clear as day.
Mm,
It clear as day. It
okay.
clear as day. Maybe they think it was Andy. Maybe it was Andy Q. Maybe something wrong with the eyes.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Just thought I would, get there as we do. Just thought I put that there. Anywho, I got a little bit of reaction hour camp special from everybody where they get to see and talk a little bit about what was going on. So we're gonna sit and listen in on some of the eyes and the ears of what went around at camp. Yeah. Leo, the boy threw a pick in his first goddamn camp, and them boys they jump all over David Newton ass. I'm gonna showcase the reaction to everybody from that. That was crazy. But anyway, let's get into it.
It is actually training camp now. We've been
For real
talking about the
training camp.
build up to training camp for the last couple episodes of the Happy Half Hour special edition daily training camp version thing.
We even got it nice on our screens now.
That's right. Look at that. This is official and everything.
Oh, wow. I just noticed the small phrases on there. It says Carolina Panthers, Charlotte, North Carolina. This is our layer. Win in all phases.
Win in all phases.
It's the details that matter.
That's right. It is the little things. And today we had a little thing called football practice.
Yes, we did.
That's the thing we come to see. And it's amazing. I love it this time of year because after spending 6 months of talking about a football team as a hypothetical abstract concept, now you see football players on a field.
Right.
And they're not in pads yet, and they're still in the ramp-up period early in camp. And all that's true. But it's different when you get here and you hit that gear. And just walking in this morning, I think more than anything else, there was the realization of, oh, we're not looking at 100 new faces. I mean, there are a lot of changes this offseason. Don't get me wrong. Big free agency class, busy draft. But the head coach and the general manager and the quarterback are the same for the first time since 2019 around
That's
here.
crazy.
And, it reminds you a little bit of what we've been through, but it also reminds you of how this team is building in a certain direction. And the second half of last year kind of leads into this year, and everybody is talking about, a lot of times it's like first day of school. Today they were talking about expectations and how to build and what to add to. And so even though today wasn't necessarily the biggest day of, oh my God, look at that play, because it's the first day of practice,
right?
There was a clear sense of purpose and expectation among these guys because they know it's not just a team trying to win as many games as they can. They know they showed something second half of last year that people are going to be expecting a little bit more.
Yeah, they're building towards something now, not necessarily just gathering the pieces. And granted, there are still some pieces to gather and things to figure out. The linebacker situation now that Josie Jewell is in recovery is going to look a lot different than we thought it would. So there are things to figure out. But as you said, they're building towards something, and it's something that Bryce Young, Dave Canales, of course, but Bryce Young and JC Horn both mentioned today after practice as well. JC said this is the most consistency he's ever had coming into a training camp since he's been in the NFL. Same thing for Bryce, which makes a world of difference. You can kind of start on second base, so to speak, when you get to camp, when you're coming back with everyone that you were there with last year. I mean, I don't think he lost a starting receiver. He kept the same offensive line, same head coach, same coordinator. And it like I said, it allows you to start a little bit farther away. Something else that Dave Canales said today that I wanted to point out, he gave a statement, and I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about, Darren, that was the most assertive statement I feel like I've heard from him really since he's been here.
You mean this one I've got highlighted on my screen?
Why don't you read it for us?
Letters, as part of a longer answer about, what would constitute a successful season for this team, Dave said the magic word. He said, I think the sky's the limit for this group. I think this is going to be a very competitive team. I don't think people are going to want to play us by the style of football that we play. And it's like, dang, Dave Canales, just go there on day one, will you? I mean, that's not, and it wasn't a chest stuck out. I mean, it's very matter of fact by Dave Canales because A, that's just how he talks. And B, everything they have done has been with a vision of this style of football they want to play. Dave keeps saying, we got to get back to us. We got to find out what us is. We've got to find out who we are. And what we saw second half of last year was the beginnings of that personality. It is great old big offensive line full of big maulers like Rob Hunt, maybe not quite as big as Rob Hunt. Nobody is as big as Rob Hunt, not even Godzilla. But you lean on people, you run the ball, you make smart plays with the ball. That's what they were doing the second half of the year, and that's what they want to build on. So, I see what he's saying, and this isn't a classic smash mouth, 1960s Green Bay Packers kind of football team.
2 yards in a cloud of dust.
But what they can do is run the ball, and they've got big 335-pound plus people in the interior offensive line who can lean on you, and Chuba Hubbard's coming behind them. And that makes a difference. That's the kind of team that teams don't necessarily want to play in December because it's a physical game. It's a cold game. I go back to the end of 22 when they got on a little bit of run and put a number on the Detroit Lions, and they did it by running for over 300 yards on a 20-degree day. So that's the kind of game that was in my mind when Dave said that. It's like, okay, I hear you, Dave Canales. Get after it.
Yeah, and it's something Dan Morgan said when he was first named GM. He said teams need to come out to the stadium and hear the again.
Yep.
We haven't really heard anything like that.
What's up?
Now, they just said Dan Morgan said this, right?
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what they said, goddammit.
Okay, so the same thing I've been preaching since we picked up Rico Dowdle, but you got all these people keep talking about, we're gonna pass the ball heavy, we're gonna pass. But the GM. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I'm shutting my mouth. Go ahead.
No. Don't shut your mouth. The GM.
Okay. I ain't gonna shut my mouth then. Go ahead. I tried to tell y'all what was gonna happen. It's pretty plain and simple and clear. You got another guy in here. You got 2,000-yard backs, and you talking about we're gonna pass the ball. That makes no sense, none whatsoever. They're gonna play to their strengths, and it ain't the passing game. I can tell you that.
Can I be your translator? I try to tell you, motherfuckers. You stupid sons of bitches don't want to listen. But you're going to have to hear it now. Because we here now. It's time for you to see it now. Lord have mercy. And then I'm going to show y'all the reaction to, like I said, David Newton, what he got when he was telling those guys that Bryce Young threw his first pick at camp. They jumped all over his ass. I don't know why them boys are so defensive, but my God, this anyway. Let's get back to it. And I'm gonna play about 5 more minutes of this clip, or a little less than that, probably, and I'm gonna get the fuck up off of this.
Sense because they have been very careful to temper expectations and to be realistic while also still being positive. And so I think that's why this kind of stood out with Dave. And again, Darren, to your point, like he wasn't saying it like he wasn't trying to have a sound bite moment,
Right.
He was talking about the team. And he said, I don't think people are really going to want to play us this year. But it stood out still because, it was a little bit more of a statement than we're used to hearing from Dave Canales.
Everybody gets afraid of expectations. Oh, what if you say this and people take it the wrong way? Here's the thing. I think people need to remember this football team won 2 games 2 years ago.
Right.
They won 5 games last year. So if you continue the exercise and all of a sudden this team continues to build, continues to get better, if that becomes 7, 8, 9 wins, I mean, that's a reasonable projection based on what they've done the last couple of years. Now, if you get to 8 or 9 wins, because you still live in the NFC South, you're going to be playing interesting games in December because that's
Logic. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir, I can.
Is that just nigga way of saying this team ain't no fucking good? Is what this nigga practically just said?
Yes, sir, without sugarcoating it, yes.
The nigga say if you manage to get the 8 wins or not. Listen, the way the nigga said it. He said, if you manage to get the 8 to 9 wins, then you're gonna have some interesting games in December. The motherfucker is telling you, he said, everybody got to remember, we just won 2 games 2 years ago, 5 games this past season. So anything you do north of 5 is just going. I'm happy for that. Basically, is what a nigga saying. That's what a nigga saying. And you got motherfuckers who will sit here and ignore all that shit right there, and will the nigga speaking realistically right now. Shout out to these 2 motherfuckers right here. Glasses and Shortcut. Shout out to these 2 niggas, man. They're very realistic. They fans. They watch the team, but at least they keeping they said temper your expectations. They trying to tell niggas right now, don't you get excited about this shit right here. Don't you start shaking titties and ass for this. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to be disappointed. Now, back to the white man speaking. Okay.
Just what this messiest of all divisions brings us. And that's fine. And it's like what Dan said yesterday. He's like, because somebody even asked Dan, hey, in that minute and a half statement you opened this press conference with, you didn't say the word playoffs. And Dan basically said, if we do the things we're supposed to do on a daily basis,
that'll happen.
Everything else takes care of itself. You know, the focus has to be on the work.
Logic. Your GM was specifically asked about the playoffs, and he dodged the shit. What the fuck does that tell you?
That he understands where his team is, and he's not going out here and acting crazy. He realized that we still got some work to do, and that it's probably a year or so away.
So, Logic, why is I hearing niggas talk about the fucking playoffs and talking about winning the division when your own goddamn GM who assembled the team, he danced around that shit like Michael Jackson?
Because these people are going off of hopes and dreams and not factual information and things that they supposed to see with their God-given eyes.
Okay.
When you work off emotion, instead of logic, this what happens, sir.
So is the white man right here speaking or not? Is he not speaking right now?
They might have just got them a new subscriber. If I want to tell you, yeah.
I don't know who the fuck he is, but I fuck with Buddy. Now he over here telling you the goddamn truth, and the motherfuckers act like they just don't want to hear it. The nigga clearly said your GM was clearly asked about the playoffs, and what he did was he said, well, right now, if you focus on this and that right, there's all that'll just come with it eventually. What?
Yeah. That really happened. Yeah.
You. There's niggas talking about winning the division. That's all the fuck I got to say.
Focus has to be on the accountability, the dailiness of what you do. And then if you do all those things in the right way, God, it's such a dad moment for me. It's like when you talk to your kids, it's like, you know, it's about process. And I know it's such a football coach thing to say, but if you do small things the right way every day, your results are going to be good. That's just the way it is. I mean, that's just how the world works. So I was interested. I mean, Dave Canales has not been a big bulletin board material guy. I don't know that any coach necessarily wants to be, other than, you know, a couple of your outliers out there, which he's probably not ever going to be. And this wasn't that. This was just, hey, we're an observation. We're going to play the kind of football people don't want to see. Yeah. And that's cool. So, you know, and it goes back to the way this team's been built with big people on both lines. If you look at what they've done this offseason, backing up what they did last offseason, that much is evident what their intent is.
They did.
Now, Logic, you just spoke about their intent for what they plan on doing. The man said it at least 4 or 5 times. They went and got big people. They went and got running backs. They're going to run this goddamn ball. Where is these niggas getting that shit about passing this football?
Because we got McMillan, and they feel like since you went in the first round and got a wide receiver, they were obligated to come out here and be a heavy pass team. But that ain't how it works. That ain't how it works.
Okay. So are you hearing any lies coming from these 2 individuals sitting here?
Oh, no, sir. They're not stretching anything. They're talking factual. They're using logic. Yes. I'm very impressed. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, if they got a podcast, shout out to these niggas. I will follow their podcast because I like the way they talk. They're being realistic from a fan's perspective for what fans need to hear. It's the truth. Truth is, you gotta, hey, you gotta build a foundation first. You gotta put bricks and cement down on the house before you get in the house. Because if you don't got a floor for the house, you're gonna be in fucking trouble. All right? Don't listen if you don't want to. You fucking make a house without no goddamn floor in it. See what the fuck happened. All right. Make a motherfucking house with no floor in it. See what the fuck happened. You okay? Wind come and pick that son bitch up off the ground. The ignorance is just it's so special, man. In the Panther land, it's special. Now, we spoke about different things. I might go back to that clip with them because I actually like that. But I spoke to you guys earlier about Bryce Young throwing his first pick, and David Newton goes online at that moment and he tells the fans, hey, Bryce Young throws first pick of camp, #Panthers. And let's look at some of the reactions of the people. Got 20,000 people see it. First motherfucker open his mouth up. Guess what he said? Now, this is the nigga that covers the team. They talking cash shit to the man. What he say right there, Logic? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Mad at the dude for reporting, for doing his job.
Look at this right here. Reverend Buddy Lee Smith, the Reverend cuss him out, call him a little shit bag. Absolutely pathetic to post shit like this. Reverend Buddy Lee, the preacher. Lord have mercy. What you got to say right there, Logic?
Reverend Buddy Lee. You a reverend over here cuss.
Yeah. Reverend Buddy Lee cussing niggas out on fucking Twitter. I ain't never seen nothing like I ain't never seen nothing like this right here. Reverend Buddy Lee. The nigga say, oh, the season is over. Shout out to Just Chris. The nigga say, so we lying now. I know Bryce would never. Okay. Hey, David, you a fucking pussy.
Lord have mercy. This boy said they were just trying to get a corner some reps. Lord Jesus.
Them boy put the Iverson thing out in practice, man.
It ain't a big deal. It ain't a big deal.
Lord have mercy. We talk about practice, man. Somebody said, fuck yourself, David, you fucking hater. Then somebody said, no big deal to me. It's called camp for a reason. It helps him learn. Well, we know he good for doing that. Damn, Mike B. Keep positive. Example number 9, toss a dart. Then somebody asked David Newton, who just said one simple thing, Bryce threw a pick at camp. He said, why are you so negative? Go work at McDonald's if you hate your job so much. Who hurt you, my guy? Well, goddamn. Then look right here. Somebody said, get the fuck out of here. Nobody wants you. Can't imagine paying for your services anymore. Negativity is a hell of a drug. Lord have mercy. The nigga said, you tweet stuff like this and wonder why you get hated on. The nigga, Logic, what did the nigga say?
What was he supposed to do? Say that there was no interceptions or anything? He's just not supposed to talk about it? There was no turnovers during the first day of camp? I don't like David Newton either, but if he threw a pick, he threw a pick. What? Like, come on.
I ain't never seen or heard no shit like this right here in my life. They jump all over this some bitch right here. The poor man, if I was him, I wouldn't even cover the team because niggas like this right here, they just be, I don't know. The nigga said, heard the next practice will be in the middle of the highway. You should go ahead and get a good spot. God damn. Nigga tell the man go stand in the middle of a highway. Ain't that some shit?
They don't like that man.
No, they ain't. But the man said, surely you doing this on your own by right now. No way ESPN is still paying for your nonsense. The Panther fans, or AKA the Bryce Young fans, are so wild. The man can't even report on the team like how most people report. Like I saw something said one of them other dudes, who was it? One of them guys, one of them dudes threw a pick in practice. Everybody team has a team rep that does that shit. Like, why are we the only team that got people threatening the man for doing his goddamn job? Like, I don't understand it. Like, why we have people like that? Our fan base is the dumbest fan base I ever seen in my life. They threaten you if you don't believe what they believe, or you don't sit here and you do things the way they want you to do. These boys threaten you. No, now see, that's David Newton ass who they threaten. I wish a motherfucker would come over here.
Yeah. He ain't gonna go the same way. He gotta be professional. He gotta just let it slide off his shoulders. I ain't got to do that.
Yeah. I stuff you and a little bitch in my trunk. Now what the fuck y'all want to do? Who give a fuck about either one of y'all little niggas? Anyhow. You better than me, dog. See, you tried to be better than me, man. So I'm a work in progress. I'm trying to ask and pray and drink water. I'm trying to do better. I ain't there yet.
I know you still got a little ways to go, Q. It's all good.
I got a long way to go. I just fucking with these niggas here with Bryce Young, I'd be halfway to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you see, they wild.
Don't let them take you down, driver.
I damn sure ain't. Shout out to Pink Packs for that super chat. Brother Pink Pack said, I saw JC big up Corey Thornton in his presser. Curious to see how the cornerback room pans out. Brother, I'm with you on that one. I like Corey Thornton. What a way to get us up off of Bryce Young. I appreciate you. Yeah. I like Corey Thornton, man. I think he'll have a good season this year.
I hope he does too. I'm noticing that with JC. JC is, I think he fully embraced the vet role because he did the same thing with Shot Smith Wade too. I think he's trying to really, groom these dudes, man, and see if they can take that extra step forward. Maybe we can be a serviceable guy in that secondary, opposite of him,
I agree. I agree 100%, though. Well, let's give about a minute or two of the rest of their reaction, and then we're gonna go open the lines up for everybody.
Still get on the field today, though, a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
It wasn't a super long practice to open training camp. That's okay. They'll have some long ones in there. But got out and did, I think, about 3 to 4 different team sessions, some different drills and things like that. And of course, we saw the moments here and there, like T-Mac had a cool one-handed catch in drills that kind of just reminded you how good of a hands catcher he is. He can do it with one hand. J.C. Horn, if anything, has upped his trash talk since OTAs. He came in with a vengeance. He has, Mike Jackson has risen to that level to meet him. Yeah. He made sure to match his teammate as much as he could.
Here's
the funniest part was go ahead.
I was going to say, here's what's wild about this. That was such a topic during the offseason, Bryce and JC, just because we weren't used to seeing Bryce kind of yap back. JC's always been a little bit like that. It became such a storyline in the offseason, and it's just going to – I just think this is the default position. This is the baseline now for JC Horn and Bryce Young. It's like if we walked in here every day and said, my God, did you see how big Rob Hunt was today? It's just – we're going to stop being amazed by this at a certain point and understand that's just what it is.
But for now, it's funny. There was a moment at even the beginning of practice where quarterbacks were just kind of doing some drills, and JC and Mike both hopped into those and started grabbing the balls. And JC said afterwards, it's because we want them to get used to throwing us the balls.
That's right. JC's enjoying this.
Yeah, he is. And he talked today too about he had a baby daughter this off season and how that kind of just shifted things for him, his perspective on things, his motivation. I mean, you're a dad, I'm sure it'll do that to you.
I'm aware.
Yes. And what that means for him kind of coming into this season as well.
No doubt. A lot of stuff happening on the field. A lot of those little individual plays. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff for you coming up the rest of the afternoon. Damani Richardson with a pick today as he continues to try to.
He loves to do that.
State his case. Damani Richardson's always around footballs. He always has been, even going back to training camp last year when he was a rookie. Now there's a starting job on the line.
Yeah.
They were rolling a lot of guys. I mean, it's day one of camp. They're going to take a look at a lot of stuff. I mean, Trayvon Merrick's back there. I believe after they paid $50 million for him in free agency, he's probably going to start.
He's going to be on the field.
Feel pretty good about that. The other spot next to him is kind of up in the air. At different points today, they had Nick Scott out there. They had Lathan Ransom. They had Damani out there. And those guys are going to continue to roll through. I think it's reasonable to think that will continue for several weeks while they just see who rises to it. And, I mean, Damani Richardson is a guy who undrafted rookie out of Texas A&M last year, but he keeps making plays. And he's not the perfect size or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, there's reason guys don't get drafted. But when you're always around the football, you tend to earn the notice of football coaches.
He is one of those that I think, and I don't want to go overboard here, but you go back and you watch some of his college tape, you watch really what he did here as a rookie and what he's doing now in his second year. And you go, oh, was he a product of measurables? Like you said, talking about his size, you get into that draft season and that's what a lot gets based on.
Sure.
And you always hear some guys say, I don't care how tall I am or how big I am, just turn on the tape. And I think Damani Richardson is one of those who maybe was kind of a byproduct of that, a victim of that. And he didn't care. He just was like, okay, well, I'm still going to go out here and play. And he's doing it again. I mean, to your point, there is a starting job on the line. That can make some guys kind of overthink. Again, it is the first day of training camp. There's a lot in front of us. But we've seen throughout OTAs, throughout mandatory minicamp, and then again today, Damani just makes plays. That's what he does.
Yeah. And there are little things like that you can kind of pick up on. I'm always very hesitant, and I appreciate everybody out there who follows us on all the social medias, whether it's the Twitter, the Blue Sky, the Instagrams, the Snap Face, as Bill Belichick would say. All of those things. We appreciate that. I'm not going to spend my whole day tweeting out training camp play-by-play because, I think a lot of that stuff can be misleading. I think without context, you can lose the true meaning of what's actually happening on the field. And listen, I know people are hungry for information. I mean, part of the reason we're doing this podcast every day is because, without fans on the field at training camp, it's a little bit different this year. So we're trying to bring you as much as you can, but we want to bring you as much real stuff as we can. One of the things that kind of took on a life of its own today was the very last play of practice. Princely, you man me, Ellen. I did my very best with that.
You got it. Yeah.
All right. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I want to say, for the first 6 weeks he was here, it was Princely. Hey, Princely, what's going on? Hey, did you see that thing Princely said? Now I'm comfortable saying you man me, Ellen. He comes off the line of scrimmage, gets around the corner, and kind of gets back there to Bryce and sort of smacks at the ball, knocks it out of Bryce's hand. Good play in the regular season, exactly what you want to see that guy do, except you don't touch the quarterback on day one of training camp. He's wearing a different color jersey for a reason. I mean, those guys don't wear red. They will probably wear red in joint practices when they get down to Houston and Cleveland comes in here. But, for now, they're in their normal black practice jerseys while everybody else is in white and blue. And it's enough of a difference you ought to be able to see. You got to take care of that guy. So Dave blows the whistle, talks to him about it, and we move on.
And I came back in and watched the play too, because I remember in practice thinking we kind of clipped him a little, but it didn't seem a big deal. Then of course, like you said, it did kind of become a topic, understandably. But came back and watched the play in slow motion too, just to be like, let me make sure I saw what I saw. And it was more so he went to reach for the ball and then brushed Bryce as he went to pull himself off.
Right.
And so it was, he made the effort to not make it a bad play. But, Dave said afterwards too that, the more reps you get in practice as a professional, you kind of know where that line is, how to get there, and then pull back off the top
right
to make sure that doesn't happen. Dave Canales didn't seem too super worried about it. He was like, he's a rookie. You treat it with grace. You treat it with patience.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out. And so it wasn't. I don't know if Bryce would have even really felt him if it wasn't for the fact that the ball came out. So yeah, not a huge deal, but a learning moment for a rookie.
We've seen some egregious friendly fire
incidents just in recent months
in practices here over the years, and this wasn't that.
Right.
This was almost whoops.
It was a whoops for sure.
It was a whoopsie for sure. But yeah, a couple of news and notes coming out of the day. Tommy Tremble, Canales talked about him. He's on the physically unable to perform list after the back surgery back in May. He is going to be out. Dave said it's a matter of weeks. Again, timelines are another thing that makes people nervous, but it's probably not 1 or 2 weeks, probably like 3 or 4 weeks. So probably closer to the beginning of the regular season, tail end of the preseason, before we see Tommy Tremble back out there on the field. They went out and got another tight end last night in Tyler Mabry, a guy they knew from Seattle. Pat McPherson and Dave Canales know him from back in Seattle. He was here today along with Trace Willing, a brand new cornerback. Do you know what numbers they wear?
Trace, I think, has a 6 in it.
39.
Oh,
so
close enough. If you turn the 9 upside down, there was something about Trace that kept pulling my attention all day. And then you walked by and said it, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah, this man looks like Amir Smith-Marset. There's a random Panthers name from the past for all the diehards who remember former wide receiver who was here a couple years ago, looks a lot like Trace Willing. Tyler Mabry.
I didn't catch him.
Yeah, no, 43. I updated the roster, so I know what numbers these guys are. That's probably the only reason.
You know what numbers stood out to me today?
Tell me.
32 and 56. One of which we learned afterwards that Christian Roseboom, 56 might not have been his number of choice, but it was just what was available. And he didn't want to commit himself to another one. But those two were together all day today.
Yep.
And honestly,
including in the middle of the first defense as it lined up. I mean, in the absence of Josie Jewell, those two guys were in the middle of it all day. I mean, they are the ones with starting experience among this group of inside linebackers they've got at the moment. But
Roseboom did tell us he was wearing the green dot today.
That's right. And they've both got experience. I mean, when Trevin had to wear it a couple games last year, starting in the Chicago game, when Josie and Shaq Thompson were hurt early, he was a rookie who was about 5 or 6 games into his NFL career.
Yeah.
And he admits now he was kind of in over his head and was just doing the best he could. So Roseboom's an older guy, got more experience, and has played a lot of ball. I mean, he started 11 games for the Rams last year.
136
about a million tackles, I think. We could look that up, but it was many.
That is an accurate number.
Many tackles. These two are different types of players, but right now they're going to work with them in the middle of that 3-4 defense just to kind of give a little stability. I mean, the Josie Jewell situation, as we discussed yesterday, is scary and bad because anytime you're dealing with concussion symptoms 7 months after the fact, that's obviously worrisome. If there is a silver lining about it for the football team, you say, okay, you at least get to start training camp with these two guys who you're going to be counting on in the short term. So they are out there for the time being, and they're at least solid. JC was asked about Roseboom in the middle, and he said, hey, the communications was good. The calls got made. It didn't seem, I think it surprised JC a little bit when somebody asked him about that, because it was like, oh, yeah, there was somebody here in there, wasn't there?
And he's like, I'm over there on my own anyways.
That's right.
But no, you saw everything. There were no egregious mistakes from the middle.
Yeah.
And that's all you can really ask for right now while you're figuring things out.
And again, this is not the complete defense as we're going to know it, mainly because Derek Brown wasn't out there today. Derek was out with kind of an excused absence. We'll let him tell you more about that when he gets back, but everything's fine. And Bobby Brown was on the sidelines. He's working his way back. There are a number of those guys who are on PUP and NFI, and Canales basically said, other than Tommy Tremble, all of them should be fairly short-term deals.
Yeah, Sam Martin was out there walking around too. The Jugs machine did a fine imitation of a Sam Martin punt.
Yeah.
And so they got their work in there.
The only bad news is the Jugs machine can't hold for kicks.
Right.
So Andy Dalton had to do that. And there might have been one, the The one, if you see, for instance, if you see on the Twitter machine or any of the social medias that Matthew Wright was 4 or 5 of field goals, that is technically true, but they were kicking on skinny posts today, which are about half the width of the standard regulation goal post. And the ball he hit that the ref signaled, gave one of these, was straight over the top of the goalpost. So, I mean, that's center right on any normal set of goalpost and was well struck. I mean, so I am willing to give Matthew Wright the doubt on that one and call him 5 of 5 today. So, because in real life it would have been in it. And when they go back and look at film of things, they grade these things. I mean, they're actually looking. They're not going to penalize the guy for missing one that would have been a hit in a game.
Right.
So that competition will continue. Matthew Wright, Ryan Fitzgerald. I imagine Fitzgerald will kick next the next time they have field goal period. It was kind of funny today when they were lining up to do punt drills, and they had a whole scat of people back there returning punts, including Jimmy Horn, Trevor Etienne, and a lot of other guys, including Hunter Renfrow.
David Moore.
And when they were lining up for the punt team, Ryan Fitzgerald stood back there to catch the snap from J.J. Jansen, and then they would just stick it in the Doug's machine and launch it downfield. So
somebody's got to catch the snap, I guess.
Yeah, one of my favorite random stories of Panthers history was when the Panthers got a couple punt returners hurt in the late 90s, and George Seifert was coaching, and Eric Davis was a high-priced cornerback back in the day. He came from San Francisco, and George referred to him as a punt receiver.
He can catch the punt.
He was like, we're not really counting on Eric returning it. We know he can receive it. So I will call him Eric Davis punt receiver. So there were many punt returners out there on the field today. That's going to be interesting to me because there's a bunch of dynamic guys. I mean, Etienne is a guy I think they're probably thinking for that kick return job primarily. He's a guy who can scoot. And Jimmy Horn, we know, is a quick, shifty guy and has experience returning punts. So we'll see as the preseason goes on and you see live reps against Houston and Cleveland in those joint practices, what that kind of looks like. But a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. Speaking of a lot of stuff going on, we've added items back here. This is the show within the show. Every now and then, I try to live my life without looking at the comments. But occasionally, I look at the comments. There's usually nothing good.
Never read the comments.
Never read the comments on social media. It's terrible for you. But I did notice that somebody in the comments mentioned that there was a blue helmet on the shelf behind us.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my. What's good with your brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Man, I'm chilling. Talk to me, cuz.
What's good? Hey, man, football is back, man. I appreciate all the great content you guys provided throughout the off season. I mean, this one should get easy for y'all because y'all got stuff to talk about. It's easy to talk about, I guess, per se. Like I said, they just recapping the first day of training camp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do y'all feel about Rosenboom getting that green dot over Wallace? I think that says a lot. I think that says a lot that people don't. And I'm not the biggest Evero guy, but that says a lot that Evero had to make a decision. Do I give this to the second-year rook, or not second-year rook, but second-year player in my system, or do I give it to the first-timer on the team that knows my system, but this is his first time starting? Because he was never a starter in L.A. He was a special teams Frankie Louvu type of guy, and we're hoping we can replicate the same thing. So that's interesting that Evero gave him the green dot over Trevin. I'm not mad at it because when Trevin had the green dot last year in Chicago, Caleb Williams was cooking his ass.
I'll say this. And I'm gonna put this out here. I don't think Trevin Wallace should. He's not ready yet. He hasn't put enough good steps forward to be our starter. And like I said, I see no lies told by these two right here. They just gained a new subscriber for me. I will be listening to their podcast. I got to get the name of it, but I love the realism that was coming from these two right here. I don't know who they are, but they are now my two favorite Panther media people. Now
I think they work with the Panthers. I think them two.
Do they?
Yeah, I think the one dude on the Rays, Darren, he be doing like most of the reports. And then I just seen that the lady on the left. But yeah, they both work. They work for Panthers.com. They reporters for Panthers.com. So I think they. But I rather them push realism than false optimism. I rather them push realism than false optimism. Even your GM isn't pushing false optimism. He ain't say playoffs in his press conference. He just said improve. They not trying to box themselves in. They not trying because they still understand this year is a make or break year. This can be a building block year, or this is going to be a year that you have to look around and realize, damn, we're gonna have to break this shit down.
I don't think they believe in Rose Boom. I don't know why, but if people felt the way that they felt with him having those 100 and something tackles, that you wouldn't see people in a frenzy like how you see them, like how they panicking. These motherfuckers are panicking, Omar. I have never seen people panic so fast, but now one motherfucker leave, and all of a sudden it's a huge problem. We have a glaring hole at linebacker now. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said yesterday, maybe it might have been yesterday. I wasn't on, but I caught the replay when you said we had the Roquan conversation a couple of years ago. We've been looking. Some of us been looking for a linebacker since Luke retired. The same way some of us been looking for a center since Ryan Khalil retired. Like there's certain positions on this team we have not filled. We brought in Denzel Perryman. He said F you to Matt Rule. Matt Rule shipped him off. And Denzel Perryman has balled and made Pro Bowl since we traded him. And so it's like we still have to find that linebacker. And the fact that, like you said, you drafted Trevin in the 3rd round, those are still, you hope they develop. Those are development picks, kind of. But it's like we still don't know. And then after him, Chandler Chairless, Bam Scott Martin. Like we don't know about these guys. So I can see why some fans are worried. I think there's a deeper. I don't think they thought Josie Jewell was going to ask to be released. I think they thought they were going to keep Josie on the team. Josie would just work through the concussion protocol. He'll be good by the beginning of the season. I think that really shocked them when he said, "Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be ready. Go ahead and release me. And if I am ready, I come back to you guys." But I think that really caught them off guard.
I think Josie, and this is just my honest opinion, but Josie looked in that mirror and say, "I know I can't compete in the NFL. I'm already a day late and a dollar short at the position. Now I'm struggling with concussions now. I don't think that I can be valuable to this team as it is right now." I think he did a deep dive, and that takes a lot of awareness for a guy to do that, first of all.
It really does.
Howard in the building. What's going on?
What's up, y'all? How y'all fellas doing?
Man, we good, brother. We good. What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing right here on a JOB, man. Taking a little break and shit.
Oh, man, talk to us. Tell us how you're feeling about everything, man. We down a linebacker. We going into camp. Give us your thoughts on how you feel.
Well, when it comes to that, Josie Jules, I mean, to be honest with you guys, I didn't really care for him anyway. I mean, he ain't taking nothing away, and he ain't adding nothing on to our defense, man. To be honest with you, I think they need to let these young guys give them a shot. Let these guys run around and play football, man.
What about when the young guys get hurt?
Well, I mean, if they get hurt, that's a part of the game. You can always go get another linebacker. That ain't hard.
Linebacker is probably going to be younger than the young guy that you had in front of him.
It's okay. Let them play. You ever see how little kids run around with all that ball of energy, and you wonder where they get it from? You forgot you was that age too.
Okay, so Howie, let me get your what's your preseason here? What's your record prediction? Because then that will help me with your frame.
My record prediction: we win 7 games at the most.
Okay, I'm in that same range. So we win 7 games this year. We don't make the playoffs. Maybe finish 2nd or 3rd in the NFC South. First round pick. Where are you going next year?
First round pick. If week 7 and 9, I'm telling you, I'm going in the quarterback direction. I just got to get me a different quarterback.
Outside of quarterback. Even though we should go quarterback, Bryce probably get an extension if we win 7 games. Me and you both know that.
If we win 7 games, he get an extension? I don't think so.
Yes.
But I just don't think so. I don't think this organization wants to continue to go down the same rabbit hole over and over and over again.
It's improvement, Howie. We went from 2 wins to 5 to 7. So
yeah, but this improvement is just too.
He's getting better.
Well, not. I mean, but it just taking too long. That's the part. We don't have every year for him to just win 1 or 2 extra games.
And so,
That don't make
this
no
is what I'm
sense.
saying, though, Howie. So we win 7 games, and now we're going into year 3 of Dave, year 4 of Bryce. And I think at that point, they're going to want to run it and see if he can get them to the playoffs at that point. And, I'm not the biggest Bryce fan either. I'm just playing out there hypothetically.
It ain't about me not liking Bryce. That just don't make no sense to me. We still killing 5 years to try to see if a mediocre player is elite. That's dumb. I ain't taking that type of chance like that.
But I asked you that question because I thought you would say
it's basically the same thing you're saying about these linebackers. You know what I'm saying? But you're giving Bryce a kind of a lead way or something like that. It's the same thing.
We ain't spent a first round pick on the linebacker, though. That's my thing. That was my whole point of asking. If we win 7 games next year, your first round pick has to be a linebacker.
Yeah. I don't think so. Because I think some of these guys are going to pan out.
Well, Howard, you do know linebacker is your quarterback on defense. You do realize that.
I agree.
So you gotta have somebody that could, garner, line everybody up, go from sideline to sideline, make tackles in order to help stop that run a lot more. You need somebody that could come in and be the quarterback on defense.
Right, I got it, and I feel like Trevor Wallace could do that. I feel like that. I mean, y'all might not agree with me, but I do.
Well, it's a 3-4. You need 2 middle linebackers. You know what I'm saying?
And see, getting to that point right there, I don't want to hear people talk about Luke Kuechly no more on this team.
Why you say that?
Because that wasn't where that scheme wasn't Luke Kuechly.
No, hold on. You were running a 4-3 then, so you only need 1 middle linebacker and 2 outside.
Right, but it's still the scheme still plays different. It doesn't play the same. Those 2 schemes play differently.
Yeah, how are they 2 different? One is a 3-4, one is a 4-3.
Right, and so that's why I said I don't want to hear nobody calling Luke Kuechly name no more, because he didn't play in a 3-4. He played in a 4-3.
He did play in a 3-4 though, Howie.
No, he didn't. They tried. No, he didn't.
Do you not
they tried it and they went right back.
Oh, but do you not remember when we picked up Dontari Poe because we were transitioning to the 3-4? That's right before Rivera got fired. Tepper came down.
How did that pan out?
3-4.
Oh, how did that pan out?
Rivera lost his job, and that's my problem. That's my problem with it, though, Howie. Because this is what happened. We went 3-4 in 2018, 2019 before Ron got fired because that's what Tepper wanted to run in Seattle. Then we let Phil Snow come to this 4-2-5 college style. And now we're trying to go back to a 3-4. My thing is the 3-4 takes a specific amount of personnel. And we just never got that personnel. So it's just we're pretty much playing the game backwards.
Actually, guys, we played the 5-2 a lot of time because people keep forgetting. We played a 5-2 before we drafted Shaq. And then Shaq didn't really get on the field that much. We still was in a 5-2.
You talking about that's 20, that would be 2014. You talking about 20 because we drafted Shaq the year we went to the Super Bowl. That would have been Sean McDermott then if you were talking about that 5-2. I know I was talking about the 4-2-5 that Phil Snow was trying to run once he came in.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is played in a lot
whatever that multiple front.
And that 5-2, that's not too far from the 4-3. I mean, they just extra. It's more of a run stopping defense right there. That's all that is. But he's kind of right. You would see Luke Kuechly mostly. Luke Kuechly and your boy on the other side of him. Sometimes Shaq would be there, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. Your number 1 priority in next year's draft need to be a quarterback on defense. That way you can have this thing look a lot better. Because Evero is gonna probably be out after this year. And you're gonna need somebody that could come in and really, really, really say, okay, defensively, give me somebody that can line up everything and get this thing going. You probably gonna need to you need a quarterback, but I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna just leave that alone.
I don't know why you're scared to say it.
Well, a couple motherfuckers don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear
They don't want to
Man,
hear it.
let's not
And guess
waste
what?
another show on that, man.
I
Let's not
say
waste another show on
it
that, man.
because
Come
I
on, man.
know they don't want to hear it, and I say it. I don't care. I ain't hiding that. We need both. We need both. We need a quarterback. If we 7 and whatever, we don't make the playoff again. We need another quarterback. We need another quarterback. Point blank.
And
Period.
why I don't say it is because Bryce will play. Bryce will play himself into getting us another quarterback. That's why I'm not too worried about it.
Right.
My biggest questions on Bryce is
And if he
consistency.
does, good.
Can
Fine.
you start a whole season and come out with a winning record? We have not seen that yet. We have
Nope.
not seen that.
Hell, we ain't never see him win we ain't never see him win the first game of the season yet.
And Howie, the
Every
first
year
game,
come up.
and Howie, the first game of the season is a must win in my eyes.
Yeah.
If you want
Something got to
9 wins,
change.
if you need them 9 wins to potentially reach the playoffs,
Yes.
For me, it starts with 4 division games, which I think we could really get 5 if you sweep Atlanta and the Saints. But I got a sweeping the Saints, splitting with Tampa and Atlanta. Right, that's 4 division games. You beat Jacksonville 5, Cardinals 6, New England 7, Jets 8,
Right.
and who am I saying? Seattle 9. Just right there, like the 9 wins it's very possible. I just got to see us do it. I'm not putting my money on it, but the teams I just named are teams that can be beat.
Yeah, but they 2 years ago, and then last year they were saying the same thing about them same teams. So it's like a broken record.
Yeah.
You can hope all you want to. When they get on that doggone field, that's what matters. I mean, I know it's our opinions, but hey, Saints look like they sorry, but who's to say they sorry? I thought they was gonna be sorry at the beginning of last year. And you see how they came out, blowing everybody out left and right.
Well, they blow us out because we ain't had
And they
nothing.
blew us out. Shit. But they looked bad. We didn't think they had anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm under the impression, and going forward, we gonna need premium positions to get because we still need more edge rushers. To anybody who up here, we still need more edge rushers. We still need more I hate to say it, we need more big bodies up front. You need more linebackers. This defense got to get right, and I think that next year we need to really focus on getting this defense together.
We should have did it this year. We should have did it this year.
Well, they didn't have the
all we did is pick the wide receiver. That's all you really basically added to the rest of the squad. I mean, the rest should have been defense like I don't know what.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Them boys wanted Ted McMillan ass more than anything else in life. So they were gonna get that receiver if they didn't do nothing else.
Yeah, but Q, we added 4
So what else after that?
positions.
For what?
We added 4 offensive players in the draft. It wasn't just the receiver in the first round. If we'd have did that and the rest of the defense, okay. We didn't do that though.
You know what I'm mad about? We didn't go get Will Johnson. Why come on, man. We could have used that cornerback. Come on now.
Them boys was looking at that thing and they said they wanted their receiver over that corner.
No, they could have got the corner after that. They could have got Ted, but still got the corner. Shit, it was a couple times he was there.
A lot of them boys fell back. Chevelle, Ravenel, all them boys fell back some because they were supposed to go high in the first round. Will Johnson fell out the first round. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I think he was injured a little bit. Not bad, but he didn't I don't think he participated in the combine, did he? Nope.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't want to hurt himself.
Right. So,
yeah.
I'm just saying, man, the Panthers, the organization shouldn't be overthinking this stuff, man. To me, they shouldn't be. They should know what the hell they need.
How do you feel about Camp coming with Josie Jewell just saying fuck it? Like, how you feel about us going forward now? We ain't got no goddamn middle linebacker.
I think we got him, man. We just gotta trust and believe, man. We gotta play these guys we got. These guys are young, and I'm telling you, they're hungry. They are hungry.
So you think Rose Boom is gonna show us something?
Him, Wallace. I think them guys going to come out and try to play, man. What do we need? Another name? Because Josie Jules ain't been all that. What was he? He ain't like we losing something. To me, I don't. He ain't all that to me.
Howard, we should have went in the draft 2 years ago. Just like I told them boys, go get Jack Campbell or go get Drew Sanders from Arkansas. Now, guess what? Denver Broncos went and got Drew Sanders from Arkansas, and guess who they released? Josie Jewell. They went and got the young boy and gave us the fucking old boy. We went and paid that money and got him.
Carolina make me sick when they do that, man. That's why I don't like them going into free agencies and things like that too much, because I just rather them draft something that's just going to know Panthers football, man. I'm sorry. You know, all them guys like that, them guys, they think they're above.
We about to be in trouble now because, like I said, Evero gonna wear the blame for this shit right here. I hope you know it. You're already ready to blame Evero. Them boy lining up around the corner to blame Evero for this shit right now.
Well, Q, what is it? What do you think that tells you is about? What that tell you as far as you got a guy like Wallace there, and they decided to go with Rosenblum. Other than his familiarity with the boy, what does that tell you? This dude coming into his second season. Where are we really looking in the linebacker positions? Are we in trouble?
They trying to say right now that boy ain't ready. And okay, so there's 2 ways of looking at this. 2 ways. The first way is he isn't ready. He's a little raw, and he needs a little bit of polishing. That's one way of looking at it. The next way is, okay, you take your time and you look at this thing and you say, well, you need 2 good interior linebackers to get the job done. So if you got Trevor Walton, you need to add somebody else. You went and got Rosenblum, but you still need to put somebody behind them. That's the 2 ways I would be saying if I was them looking at it. You got to have one or the other. You know what I'm saying? One or the other.
Oh, Lord.
So how you feel about it?
Well, it just makes me go back to what people were saying, that we were done and the team is complete. Yeah. The key position on defense is the linebacker spot, and we're getting serviceable people, not elite players, not superstars, just role players in key positions. That's a recipe for disaster. But all right,
I'll be damned.
Like you said, your boy Evero is gonna get the blame for it at the end of the day.
Well, Wiley, I mean, you had a chance to hear a lot of things in here. Like, is there any help that could come through and give us some type of security?
No, not this year. This year we got to struggle. Those young men gonna have to get some playing time and develop. But they did the right thing by giving the guy that got more experience the leadership role, and then let him lose it. And if Trevin comes along and one of those guys surprises, and they're good enough to start for the year, that doesn't mean it's good. All it means is you have a backup for next year. And you draft yourself a linebacker, a starter.
Hey, talk about putting Evero into a position as the season starts right here. You now have him in a position where he damned if he do, damned if he don't.
Yeah, but they done this the whole time he's been there.
Well, you tell people that.
The first year when he came, remember? People keep forgetting. We lost players the first year. Before he even started, we lost players. Then each year after that, we took the players that we knew that were good away from him and didn't replace them with equal talent. I don't get it. Get it.
Nah, you speaking the gospel right now. Like I say, why the thing is you tell people that and then they lose their mind. No, he's supposed to make stops. He's supposed to get stops. I remember I used to argue with MDJ about this every single week. he had expectations of Evero, and they were so high. And then I said, "What, MDJ? Who the fuck we got on the field? What the fuck is Mike Jackson supposed to do against a nigga like Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase or
It
something
wasn't
like?
even that.
What the fuck?"
Cornerback was bad, but remember, I think it was one of the things we doing a reaction, and we paused it. We showed the linebackers called the right play. I mean, they called the right play. The linebacker is in the hole and can't make the tackle. How you in the hole and can't make the tackle? I mean, come on, man.
But that is the difference between uh, a linebacker who senses what's happening and fills that hole, or one that has a hesitation or don't have a hesitation, but is met with an offensive lineman that might be pulling or trying to get to the second level. You can't get off the block in order to make a tackle, and if you do make a tackle, it's because they done gain yardage already. It's levels to this linebacker thing. Not just
There
because you
you
at that
go.
position and
There
you
you go,
starting.
Lon.
Just because you starting don't mean you're gonna be no superstar. At the end of the day, the fact that you tackling running backs when they're on the second level, you didn't do your job.
No, you
And
supposed
granted,
to
you gonna
met them.
talk about the D
Supposed to met them
linemen
at the
didn't do their job
backfield and the
either, but
line.
you need to be there. And a lot of times on film, Wallace and all these other cats were getting pushed back, and then they making the tackles. They
Correct.
almost passed. They almost passed you. They could almost to the third level at the safety before they stop you. That is the difference in the linebackers. That is the difference in the play. It ain't so much that they're sorry; they're just not ready for that role to truly take on and affect the game.
And some of them don't even have the athleticism to actually make the plays. That's what I was trying to allude to. Because just because you're in the hole doesn't mean you have the speed or the lateral movement, right, to actually make the play.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Shout out to King JP for that super chat. Let me get to that super chat as I do see fit. Brother JP. Oh, hold on, we got a super chat before that one. The real HHENT. Shout out to him for that super chat. He says, and I quote, Rosewoom is on a 1-year deal. Just go with Wallace. Shout out to him for that super chat. And then we got another one right up under that with King JP. He said, Tampa defensive coordinator about defense anymore. He want to see touchdowns.
Want to see touchdowns, huh?
I just want to see touchdowns. Why you want to see? Because I like it. I like it. Here we go with this shit right here. Everybody back to screaming. I like it. Why are you? I just want to see touchdowns. I just want to see touchdowns. That's what these niggas do.
Hey, the problem is everybody else gonna be scoring touchdowns too.
And how you gonna stop it? You can't.
Well, see the conversation y'all just had. They don't like to have. We just want to score touchdowns. Okay, but what's on the other part of that? That part that they scoring touchdowns too. You want to talk about that? Okay.
No. It's one
No.
sided.
We got to
One
give
sided.
Bryce everything. Remember, that don't matter.
That's rough, boy. Well,
You know what? I say this. I hope that I hope next year they draft the linebacker and all that stuff. As long as they don't give Bryce the extension, right? They don't give him the extension, and they say, okay, we're just gonna not draft a quarterback next year. I know it's horrible the following year. I'll have to eat that because if we build out the rest of the team, then it's okay because you got your team built out for whatever quarterback to actually you get eventually. I'm, because I don't think they're gonna not get a guy for 2 years or 3 years with the head coach to give him opportunity. The fan base is too rabid, man. I don't get them.
well, I'll be damned. I'm gonna put it like this right here. I'm tired of year after year, week after week, argument after argument, always being in a situation where we always missing something. And it never fails. Like this year we're missing pieces on the defense And I already know what this is going to entail. It's going to entail them boys hollering and screaming about Evero. It's going to cause him. He calls us the game. Bryce had it one, and Evero, the defense, let us down. I already know that's what's going to be. I already got a feeling about that shit, man. It's just
Think about it. Think about it
mm-hmm.
like this. Next year, you can get your linebacker, you can get yourself a free safety, you can get yourself a center and a right tackle. And guess what? Your team, you know what I'm saying? Then you can go luxury. If you get those four, then you can get luxury after that. But guess what you have though? You have an actual team.
Mm.
You know, we just have to realize it's going to take us 3 years to do 3 years. So this year, then next year, then the following year, we draft a quarterback. We can start. We can start winning. That's just the
Mm.
facts, man. Because they tied themselves to Bryce. As long as they don't tie him to us, tie us to him long term, we
Mm.
got to just as either we gonna give up the team. I'm talking about we gonna give up on the team, or we got to say, as long as they don't sign him long term, we still here. That's only the decision I think we have.
Yes, sir.
How many points did we average a game last year?
Let me look and see. Panthers average points. Average points per game. 17.6 average points per game.
Okay, 17.6 average points. Now, but what you seen, the additions you seen, what should we average this year, and then what's your expectations? What's your realistic expectations, points wise, sir?
Mm, the thing is, if we able to put up at least 20 points a game, and for me, that's 2 touchdowns and maybe 2 field goals per game. Realistically, for me, that's good enough to compete and be in games. Now, it's when we start getting north of that when you start saying, okay, because if we aren't going to be passing the football that much, it's going to be hard to get more than 2 touchdowns. You get what I'm saying? Um, some games we be told by a kicker. I hate to say it. I'm just being
Boys out
realistic
here
on
feel like it's
logic.
gonna be some type of juggernaut or something.
Logic. This thing scared me so bad because Cats instead talking about we gonna win the division, and I barely think we're gonna have enough firepower to compete in the NFL with everybody else.
Q, they talking about shootouts. Shootouts.
Are they going
What
to a shootout?
with a
Oh,
BB
okay.
gun? With a BB gun?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
shoot that little motherfucker no more. I mean,
Logic.
I mean,
I,
a
I've been
shootout.
I've been stopped. I've been stopped listening to these niggas, man.
That
You got cats saying we could have 2,000-yard running backs on the ground this year. They don't know what the fuck they talking about.
No, it's not happening. The best thing you can pray and ask for is what we had with Foreman and Chuba. Foreman had 1,000 yards. Chuba had like what 6, maybe 700 yards. That's a good combination. 1,700 yards rushing. That's beautiful. 2 running backs. That's what you can pray. That's the best you can pray for right now.
Hey, I'd be happy with that.
Of course, that's good. That's good business. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good, but uh, okay.
You establish the run, Q. Just like me and Goat was talking about earlier. You establish the run, utilize those backs, hit some play action, get the ball out of Bryce Young's hands quickly. When the defense started adjusting, trying to stop the run, then you wear their ass out with the pass. You got enough weapons at wide receiver to do so. And you don't need no super arm to do that shit.
Nope. Do some drag. Hey, drag the tight end across the middle
There
on a
you go.
delay. Boom.
There you go. Boom.
Dump it off.
They're gonna be holes.
Extended,
They're gonna be holes
extended run.
already there.
Extended run.
Yes. There you go. It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
don't need no the best arm in the league to do that. Those are it's just called mismatches, bro. That's how you if I got people having to bring a safety down, if I got people having to bring an extra linebacker on the field or whatever to help because we running all over them, gashing them, that defense is in trouble, Q. So now, once they go up and I realize that they don't try to come and help stop this run, well, then the pass is going to open up. You got to establish the run. If they come out here trying to just pass with Bryce Young, it's not going to work. If you look at his numbers, everybody talk about these last 10 games, but if you look at his numbers, any of those games with a high percentage of passes, the completion percentage is horrible. Anything north of 35, 40-ish attempts, he's in the 50, he's in the 50 range of completions. The 50th completion.
Now he need to get a max around 20 to 25 throws a game.
I've just been going through the motions, man.
No, don't go through the motions. Don't go through the motions. Don't go through the motions. I want you to wear that out here. I want you to put it on your chest. I want you to look at it for what it is, Q.
And what is it, Logic? What is
it's going to be a dose of it's a dose of reality. This is where we are as a franchise. This is where we are as a fan base. Again, I said it again. We're going on 3 years, Q, trying to get back to 7 wins. Let me say that one more time. 3 years to try to get back to 7 wins. We had 7 wins under Steve Wilkes, taking over as the interim coach the latter part of the year. 7 wins. 3 years, nigga. 3 years.
Oh man.
I can't do it. I'm out of mental capacity. Like my brain just can't fit it. I can't.
No. You can't do
that.
You're gonna accept it. We in the car right now. And the nigga driving got 3 kilos of that stuff with him. We all going to jail, Q. You ain't getting your black ass out the car. We all going down, driver. I just want you to know that.
But driver.
Nope, Q. It ain't mine.
That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it.
It's ours.
It's ours.
I don't think y'all heard me. I'm a winner. I don't lose.
It's ours,
I
Q. You're
don't go
losing right now.
extended period of time.
No. Q, are you a Carolina Panther fan?
Yes, sir.
Then you a losing ass nigga. We ain't won shit. I don't like to lose either. I'm a coach, Q. I'm a competitive nigga. I hate losing. But we are a losing organization as of right now.
Yes, sir.
Until further notice. See, people don't like to talk about it. People don't like to say it. But we gotta say it. Say it loud. Say it. Say it loud. Say it with your chest. Don't say it proud, because we ain't nothing to be proud of. But just say it. Get it off your chest. All you people out here who don't want to admit it, say it loud. Go to the mirror, look yourself in the face, and say, I'm a Carolina Panther fan, and we are losers.
Now, you say that 3 times, the candy man gonna pop up in your goddamn mirror. So you got to be careful how you do that and follow Logic up. Logic, I'm a winner. I can't continue doing this shit right here.
I get it. Listen. We should have been better a long time ago. There was no reason for us to fall off this hard. This is the worst phase since the inception of the Carolina Panthers. You know that, right? This is absolutely the worst, the longest run of mediocrity we've ever had as a franchise, Q. You know that? Do you know that, Q?
Yes, sir.
That's a hard pill to swallow, Q. That's a hard pill to swallow.
No, it ain't. These niggas out here swallowing pills like that every week. They cool with it.
They popping them, huh? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
They got placental pills. They popping them. I mean, goddamn.
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. I want to win. I want Bank of America to be packed out. I want us to be taken serious in the South. The whole 9. But I also know it's a process to get there.
Well, I'll be damned. It's a process to get there. How long is the process supposed to take, Logic?
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that. Because that's scared. The number scared me. Don't ask me that. You ask Wally, then Wally asked you, and then y'all ask each other. I can't do it.
That, well, I'll be damned. I'm gonna play a little bit of this Dave Canales at the podium speaking after the first day. Oh, you sound like you're on Saturn, brother. And so it begins.
Yeah, I'm on the move. I'm on the move. All right.
Yeah. I'll be damned. Here we go.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. It was great to get back out on the field, continue what we've been working on. Just some of the carryover from the spring, talking to the guys. Biggest difference is just, I think, the collective care of the units, talking, the communication, a lot of talking out there. Defense was hard to go against today. Just a lot of just communication, lining up properly, attacking the ball. So a really good day there. Offensively, we got going a little bit too. But defense made it hard, throwing the ball down the field a little bit sometimes, which is good, which is what we expect. Also, just the focus of this group, it's a very serious, very focused group. They're intent on just continuing to come together. We've talked about that collectively, just how quickly can we come together and play football as one. And that's really the goal right now of training camp. And, I think the last part of it is the competition that I'm looking for in practice, the competition within each position group, which we'll be able to get into here a little bit, to see guys battling all the way through the depth, for places on this team is really exciting to me. And it elevates the practice. It elevates the energy. It elevates the intentionality and guys just really, trying to find their best and making each other better as a result of that, which is going to be our goal. So I'm excited about just getting it started off.
Aside, did you have to remind Princely and everybody that you got to take care of teammates after that last play where he got his hand on Bryce?
Absolutely. A really close one, a great rush. Exactly why he's here. Is to be able to affect the passer, and just came really tight around that corner and kind of nicked Bryce, on the arm right there. The ball comes out, and that's really not what we want to see. I want to see that first part of it, though, and just the great bend and flexibility and power that he has in his rushes. So even some of the veteran guys would come up at the end, they're like, hey, don't back off of that. Just be smart at the top, okay? This is all of us. We got to take care of each other at that moment. Those decisions down the field, the decisions in the pocket. So, yeah, that's something that we had to talk about.
Dave, how would you handle that, though, when guys are trying to make a play and trying to do something, but not trying to do too much?
With a lot of grace, with a lot of understanding. This is a violent sport, a violent game. These guys are getting in their stances. They've been working on all their pass rush techniques all summer. They go through a great individual, and they're smacking the crap out of the bag, which we have the ball kind of positioned in a place to attack the elbow of the quarterback. And so, it's that hardwired training, and you have to just be able to have the presence of mind right there in those moments. And so,
describe your feeling walking out here for your second training camp versus last year when you didn't know a whole lot?
Oh, it feels great. I just honestly, it really starts with the players. I think it's more just they understand the expectation of what a great practice looks like for us from start to finish, the transition in between. Everybody's moving around. That when you're not in, you're talking football, and all those things are happening, And so it feels a lot different knowing that I have a group of leaders that have my back, and that understand the expectation that myself and the coaching staff is looking for.
Dave, you bring up the leaders, Josie Jewell, got released. How is that situation handled from your perspective?
Yeah.
How long did you kind of know that this could be a possibility? And then also, what was the conversation like yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, we had to adhere to the normal concussion protocol, which we did. We did all that. And first, to talk about Josie, you talk about a leader. Guy didn't say a lot. When he talked, people listened. The toughness, the character, the aggressive style of play, always making plays on the ball, throughout his career, the reason why we brought him here. And I think for me as a first-year head coach last year, to have somebody that I could point to who really exemplifies the type of effort, the type of physicality, the character. He's a no-nonsense guy. He wants guys to just look at the truth of what it was, get to the bottom of it and fix it. And he was always at the heart of those conversations. So it's a big loss, definitely for us from that standpoint, And then as far as the rest of it, we just kind of had to take it at Josie's pace and with all the specialists that were working with him, Dan and Brant, worked with the agent and talked to them. And we felt like this was the best outcome right now. With the first, and most important thing for Josie is getting healthy, and getting him to a place where he can make that sound decision on playing football, which he wants to do, or whatever is after that. So I'm proud of the fact that we just had upfront conversations throughout the whole time, and that's what I appreciated about the interaction.
Follow up on that. When we talked to you in March, you were kind of glowing about the signing of Roseboom.
Yeah.
You obviously drafted Trevin. What's the outlook for those two guys as you head into this second summer?
It's a great opportunity for that whole group. You start with those guys. Christian obviously had like 136 tackles or something last year, played on a playoff defense. Really played probably the best year of his career, last year. And for us to be able to have him here is huge. But you talk about a guy like Claude Charles, Jacoby Windman, Bam Martin Scott, Stevie Nomura coming in from Fresno State, and then John Radigan. It's a really talented young group. They're very athletic. They got aggressiveness to the style of play. They fit what we're looking for. So it's a great opportunity for those guys.
What do you know about Bryce today that you didn't know this time of year ago?
I don't know. I don't know that I see anything new necessarily. My expectation for Bryce is to lead this team, which he never stopped doing all throughout last year, even with the challenges that it presented. But he just came right back in, and from the moment we went out there for center quarterback exchange, it's like his familiarity with the system, his command of everything is just like we just picked up where we left off in the spring, to be able to push our concepts and our systems forward, which is really the goal is can we master this so we can add little nuances. And so I feel like, coming in with the type of rhythm and the type of command gives us a chance to continue to grow those things.
Every start does that give you being in the second year now of this system?
Yeah, it just really, having guys being in the system now for a while just gives us a chance to continue to push on the most important parts of it, the effort part of what we're trying to get. A lot of times when you have a bunch of people thinking, the whole thing kind of slows down a little. It's very mechanical, very methodical. And what I'm feeling out here are guys who understand what we're doing. And I can always tell by the speed of play. The faster we're playing, the more I know they understand what we're doing and where they need to be on any given, whether it's defense, offense, or special teams. So I really feel that jump with this whole group.
What's the next step for Bryce, and how does he take it?
Honestly, we look at like short-term goals. We look at just the command like we talked about, owning the whole system. And I think really just allowing us to have the nuances, the complements of all the different things. As we master a concept, there are things and answers that come off of it. So it's how quickly can we get to that point as a group, and then we can continue to just push the envelope and find new things.
Dave, Damani had that pick earlier in practice. How much has he kind of grown from last year coming in as an undrafted guy to being a guy who's competing for a starting job?
He's got a knack for the ball. It started last year. So he shows up again on the first day with an interception on a ball that was slightly overthrown there, and he went, from the middle of the field and made a great play on that. But I think, again, it's kind of goes to the same thing. It's watching him communicate. I think if you're asking for one specific thing, it's watching him talk. He's got to be connected with the corner, the nickel, the calls that are coming with motions and all those things. And I think that's probably the biggest growth that I see from Damani is his level of comfort in our system to be able to talk loudly. I think sometimes the guys kind of, sheepishly will whisper something out there, but when you can hear them loud and they own it and they're demonstrative, that they really have grown, to the understanding of the concepts.
Can you give us updates on the timeline with Tommy and Bobby and Sam?
Yeah, Tommy. So Tommy's gonna have to progress week to week for us. He's doing great. I want to say he's ahead of schedule, but I just know we're gonna just take this thing as it comes. But right now he's making great strides. He looks strong in his rehab and all that. So I'm not sure exactly timeline wise. I wouldn't say Tommy's gonna be back soon, like within the next couple weeks. But I think 3 or 4 weeks or something like that as we evaluate it could potentially be there. And then Bobby got imaging and all the things. It's a hamstring. He did some stuff. I saw him out today before practice. He was down there running, changing direction already. So he's already starting on a pretty good curve. So I hope to get him back pretty soon. Sam Martin's kind of in the same world that way, so it was something we have to be precautionary about. We don't want to throw him back out there. They didn't clear for us right away. So, but I think he's probably on a similar timeline.
Finally won him.
Yeah.
Did a lot today.
Yeah, we're just honestly being smart with DJ. He's had a couple of different things. Obviously, he came in with the quad injury, and so we're just having to make sure that we're able to progress him into camp the right way. So we're going to be smart about DJ. He's going to be a big part of what we're doing.
What about Dan?
We'll do a couple more. Yeah, Dan's progressing back from a calf. So again, I don't know exactly the specific timeline for Dan, but he is doing some on ground stuff. I wouldn't say he's the same markers as Bobby and Sam, but I think he's probably right behind them there. So we hope to get Dan back in there.
Successful season look like this season?
Yeah, just weekly growth, and right now our focus is having a great camp. For me, it's owning the system and working ourselves into condition to where we can be ready to play week 1. That's the focus, and I think with this group, with just talking to the guys in the team meeting with the group that we've brought together, how quickly can we play together? How quickly can we communicate and show that style of football that we want to put out there, and I think that the sky's the limit for this group. I think that this is going to be a very competitive team. I don't think people are going to want to play us by the style of football that we play. I'm expecting that. My expectations are really high for this group. They are every year, and we're going to shoot for as good as we can get. My language to the group is I want to make sure we maximize the talent in this room. That'll take us as far as we need to go, but that's going to be our focus.
You mentioned communication in the secondary. How quickly has Trayvon kind of become a voice back there for all those guys?
Yeah, he's a veteran player. He cares. If he's not on the field, he's standing right next to Ronaldo Hill, our safeties coach, and they're talking about concepts that just happened. They're talking about run fits. They're talking about adjustments, and he's just so into it, And I can't talk about him without talking about Turk Wharton. The guy's just, when he's out there, he's the Energizer Bunny, and when he's on the side, he's always talking technique, hand placement, footwork. With the veteran guy, with the young guy, it's just the guys that we love who are they have a passion for football, a passion for their craft, and I'm really excited that they're here.
Energy. Do you feel less pressure to bring the energy this year or produce energy out on the field than you did a year ago?
I wouldn't say that. I think my mentality is to just try to make sure that in the meeting, when we get our day started, that we have the right mindset, that our focus is in the right place. Today is the most important day we have. It's the only one we have. Can we maximize these days, and especially with the acclimation period, as we ramp up these practices, when we start now, the opportunities are fewer and far between. So we have to maximize the work. We have to maximize the individual drills, the 7-on-7 periods, the team periods, which are a lot shorter right now. When you're in there, maximum effort. Let's get ourselves into game shape. Play fast out here on the field. Practice is everything. And so my job is to just keep those guys locked into that mentality. I know it gets more challenging as we get deeper into camp, So right now, everyone's excited, everyone's fired up, and they feel great, and the goal for them is to have that recovery so they can keep playing at full speed, so we can keep throwing practices like we did today. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. I like that, man. Dave Canales came up there to the podium and did a little bit of talking. Did you hear anything inspirational to your logic? Anything? Something? Nothing? No? Well, it's just one of them things, man. It's just one of those things, man. I'm to the point now where, hold on, is that real? Is that real right there? Something happened to Hulk Hogan? Is that real? Hold on, I got to look that up. I'm sorry, see. Not my guy, not the Hulkster. Oh my God. Please tell me that ain't true. The Hulkster. Hulkamania. Wow, that's true. Hulk Hogan has passed away at the age of 71. Wow. I am now starting to see it. They can have this year back. They can have this whole year. We lost Theo the other day. You turn around, lose Ozzy, and now Hulk Hogan has just passed away. My God.
Yeah, Q.
God damn.
They got, like you said, they go in threes, bro. You got Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy, and now Hulk Hogan.
The immortal Hulk Hogan. I'm one of the biggest wrestling fans, and that era when the NWO came back and they were going up against The Rock and Stone Cold and some of the oh man, shout out to the Hulkster. Terry Bolivia. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Even though he probably turned out to be a little jackass later on in his life, he was one of the reasons that I even started watching wrestling as a young little nigga.
You know what? That's the word he knew the best.
Little nigga. Yeah. Oh yeah. That nigga come unglued, find out his dollar was getting piped down by a black man. Yeah. Karma bite your ass. Yeah, we.
Cardiac arrest, man. I am.
Dang, that's crazy though.
Wow.
R.I.P. to the legends, man. The people who have an effect on our life, whether negatively or positively, man. People who, when you say their name, it ring a bell, man. R.I.P. to the greats.
Amanda Lewis. Amanda Lewis too? Good God.
Yeah. Yeah, she passed away from cancer, man. She that was Aaliyah's best friend, man. They said she up until this day, she was still messed up about Aaliyah passing away, man. You remember Nani Lewis was on, MTV and all that stuff. She was the face of TRL and all that back in the day.
Wow. Relax Talk Sports talk my recipes hoax to Mr. No Nigga messing with my daughter.
Yeah.
It just hit me just now, man.
Yeah.
My childhood is starting to flash before my eyes, and we're starting to lose all our legends at one time.
Yeah. I still ain't over that Malcolm Jamal Warner, man. They keep showing all these old Cosby clips, man. Nigga making niggas sad, bro.
One time for the Hulkster today. What you gonna do when Hulkamania run wild on you? God damn. Then he would flip. Shout out to Hulk Hogan, man. My nigga. God damn. That fucked me up just now.
Yeah.
Damn. Remember when you told me Malcolm Jamal Warner died, I was like, damn. Same effect, though. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all like this right here. This is one of the ones where I'm gonna just call it a day. They done took the little energy up out of me now with the Hulkster gone. Golly. Yeah. Shout out to Camp. Shout out to everything that's going on right now. Yeah, man. Life is short. 71 years old.
That's a fact.
You better live every day like it's your last, and you better love on everybody that you know that you want to keep close to you.
Facts.
Yeah, man. So, Logic, you got any last words for me?
Man, yeah. This is another episode of the Black Cat Panther Podcast, brother. Yeah. Shout out to my macho man, Randy Savage, man. Hey, listen, man, appreciate everybody coming in, showing love. My mic all jacked up. I'm on the road, Q. Yeah, man, just appreciate everybody coming in, tuning in, rocking out with you boys, talking about the first day of camp. I'm sure we're going to be talking about the rest of the days, tuning in, watching these fellas try to implement themselves to this team, this 2025 roster for the Carolina Panthers, man. It's been another one, bro. It's your boy Logic. I'm out.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Macho Man. He gone too, but he ain't hit it. He ain't hit like the Hulk. I'm gonna take the rest of the day and I'm gonna be watching that WrestleMania, The Rock versus Hogan, and I'm gonna just cherish the moments that the Hulkster gave us. The crazy thing is, Logic. Just last Saturday, I was watching the one where Hulk just he ran over the ambulance with the Rock in it, and it was him, Scott Hall, and all them boys. I was watching that just last Saturday. Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's the same thing I was telling my old lady the other day. We were just watching. I don't know if you watch it on Netflix or not, but it's called the Practice. It's got Bishop Warner. He's a surgeon on there. She just started it late. We about to finish it. I got to watch the rest of these episodes. And that man ain't even here. That bug out there.
This is like how I felt when Chadwick Boseman died. It's like I had to go watch the Black Panther. It was just like one of them moments.
Yeah, I still ain't over that, brother, because he knew he was dying. He knew he was dying, and he ain't tell nobody, bro. He knew he was leaving here, and he did his job. He did the movies and got them done. The whole time he knew he had limited time here. That's crazy.
What? You remember he lost all that weight and people were steady laughing at him, talking about what wrong with him? What wrong with him? He on drugs.
Yeah, they're making jokes. They're making jokes and stuff. Talking about what role is he trying to play that he got to lose all this weight? The whole time the man dying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Them boys is live at the podium right now. I don't get it. Well, hold on. I might go live right now and see what they talking about.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The culture that Coach Reed built over there is something that he's known for, not just with them but the Eagles. And Coach Canales come from cultures of winning as well. So I think we starting to build in the right direction, and all the guys are buying in to what the coaches want. So the culture here is definitely going to change.
Give on Pat's interception today.
I think he was a little surprised when he caught it, how he started running with the ball. But, it's good to see guys like Pat make plays. He knew here as well. So it was just good to see him get it. And, we got to tell him to take the ball away.
Was he a little loose with it?
Yeah, a little loose with the ball. I think it surprised him. I think he wanted to go down. I don't know if he was ready for it or not.
All right, they knocked it out right.
Right at the end. I did have an interception. I think my interception came against the Commanders. I pinned it to somebody's head. And my interception looked cooler. That was my second year, so 2021. It was Heineke.
Touchdown before, right?
In college. I got two of them in college. One for 81 yards and then the other one for 64. So I could run a little bit.
Were they were fumble recovery?
One fumble recovery, one I forced the fumble, picked it up, and went. So a little trifecta right there.
You remember? You sound like you remember every detail about that.
Yeah. We always dig in detail.
81 yards and 64.
64. You're gonna get some rushing yards in there.
Your story is one of the better underdog stories in the NFL right now. Have you talked to the undrafted free agent guys that have come out here? What have you said?
Yeah, I think every year that I've been in the league, I always talk to the undrafted guys, just because it's more undrafted guys than drafted guys in the league, of course. And just telling them to stay humble and hungry. Kind of a day-to-day thing that you could get in your head about where you stand in that. You have to practice, put your head down, but just knowing that everybody here to compete, and we all getting judged. So just telling them to stay true to who they are. We all got here for a reason, and just going out there and getting yourself every day.
Did you have somebody in Kansas City when you first got there who gave you kind of a similar message?
I think I just kind of went in myself, knowing they was coming off a huge victory when I got there. We came in COVID, so it was kind of different. But guys like Tyron and Frank Clark, Chris Jones, they kind of just always talked to me based off what I was doing on the field. Was impressed by everything. So those type of guys just always stood next to me.
Turk, as somebody who has to go against Rico, what kind of stands out about his game now that you've seen it for a few days here?
Oh, Rico? Okay. I think so the crazy thing about Rico is we was trying game with each other when we came out of college. But Rico is one of those guys that he got everything to him. You know, he could catch out the backfield. You know, coming off the ball when he got it in his hand, he's dangerous. But you know, as of right now, we competing. So I gotta make sure I stop him. But like I said, he brings everything to a team that's needed as a running back. I've even seen the return punts before in his career. So he's just a good guy.
Stood out to you on that defensive front in light of the fact that you don't have Bobby or Derek right now?
I think Ashawn, you know, the young guys are always ready. I think we all merging together right now. You know, every day that meetings, everybody answering questions. You know, nobody's lagging behind when coach asks the questions. Everybody knowing what they're supposed to be doing and knowing their responsibilities and their assignments. So I say the whole group is standing out to me.
In the same vein with Josie Jewell's departure earlier this week, how have Christian Roseman and Trevin Wallace been doing it, not just as performers, but also as communicators and leaders and stuff?
I mean, yeah, I think you know, he just got hurt, so he's out there communicating with us. You know, he's giving us the calls, and you know, just on our job, we should know a few things that should help him. You know, being in defense, we need to know what we're supposed to do, so we can help him out, knowing what we're supposed to do and being able to align ourselves. But he's doing a great job.
Good stories from your first 6 months in Charlotte.
First 6 months. Right now, I just been locked in, man. You know, it's all about going to get a win. So that's what I got going right now. Thank you all.
What you think about that, Logic? What you think from that Scorton?
Yeah, it look like Scorton.
Yeah.
What you think about your boy? Seems like a likable fella.
Yeah, it's like a genuine good dude.
Yeah.
You gonna come in contact with Bryce? Keep bringing that up.
Say again.
Yeah. You can't hurt the baby.
Hurt the baby? What? Say again, Logic. I can't understand you. Logic.
Yes, sir.
Logic. What you say?
Princely, they ran the drill. He got by one of the linemen, like beat him bad, I guess. Got to Bryce Young, and swiped the ball out of his hand, and in the process, kind of came in close contact with him. But you know, he ain't supposed to touch the quarterback during these drills, so everybody was kind of getting on him about it. And that, like I said, I done heard it on the people we just listened to on their podcast, and they just addressed Dave Canales about it. Like, they said they love the fact that his move. That's why they drafted him, because he's so good. But then you gotta remember not to get that close to come in contact with Bryce Young. I guess the boy was in a throwing motion and he knocked the ball out of his hand. But in the process, he kind of brushed him a little bit. That's why I said they want to protect their baby.
I've been looking at this right here all yesterday. I can't figure out who threw this damn ball, but it better not been Bryce Young. Look at how far Hunter Renfrow had to go to catch that goddamn ball. And he ran the ugliest route I ever seen. It was just bad from the get-go. A bad route and a bad thrown ball. The nigga damn near had to be an alien to catch it. I'm they said JJ McCartney going off. Look at this shit right here. Boom. This is it doesn't turn into around the NFL right now. I keep telling y'all about JJ McCartney. Motherfuckers keep telling me he ain't got the arm to do what? Look at that shit right there. Look at it. Look at it. Yesterday he been throwing 50-yard bombs. Now today in the back of the end zone, he making touch passes. Okay. Y'all keep sleeping on this nigga. I'm just going down. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan, man. Like I said, you get to see some of everything when you come in here. Shout out to everybody who just getting up in here. Oh, Glow got arrested. Yeah, Glow. What's going on around the NFL? Tippett Miller ran a crisp route just now.
Let D'Angelo tell you he can't run over. He can't run over us.
Well, D'Angelo, I had to call you a nigga and a liar on that one. The nigga ran a good route just now. Hold on, what's going on here? I guess he helping her do a little bit of math. Icky said young edge rushers were showing him some juice. Let's see what Icky talking about today, man.
They've been trying to set the tone every. I mean, yeah, these young guys definitely got the juice. Definitely got the juice to them. I really feel like the defense as a whole has just been revitalized in a way. Those guys have been day in and day out. They've been trying to set the tone every day, and offense trying to set it too. And it just led to some great matchups here during camp. Some great matchups moving forward. So, yeah, defense has been involved. I'll give them some credit.
And have you studied them much on film just to know what they can do, or is this that part of the learning process right now?
I mean, of course, but also we had the whole spring as well, so I got to go out here and work with it live. So that was definitely a plus to get some of that film out there. But those guys definitely got some juice to them. I mean, yeah, these young guys definitely got some juice. Definitely got the juice.
Listen to Icky calling these boy young guys now. Like he ain't just been a youngin' 2-3 years ago. Hey man, shout out to Icky. I like it. He looked a lot more confident. He looked like he's going to be stepping with authority. The man looked like he finally got himself to where he need to get him to. So, yeah. Let's see, talk about that man within them cheeks. God! Yes, he was. He was doing what he needed to do. Yes, sir. I just happened to be scrolling down Twitter. Yeah. You see all kind of stuff on Twitter, dog. Yeah. Yeah. Don't drop the baby on the head now. All right, Caitlin. Anyway, like I said, I'm about to get up out of here for the day. It's just one of the ones where, yeah. Like I say, the Hulkster, he has keeled over. Y'all see it on the back of the screen right there, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, man. Today's practice was a beautiful thing to see. And like I said, this is what it's all about right here. The team coming together. Hopefully, one strength, one love, one Carolina. We can make this thing happen this season. Yeah. Well, until tomorrow, where we're gonna have coverage for the team, what's going on. You're gonna see a lot more interviews. You're gonna see a lot more of what's happening around. Yeah. I don't know what happened right there, but it's all good. Nigga say fuck the screen. God damn. Lots, you got anything you want to tell the people before we get up out of here?
That's it, brother. Man. Again, we'll check with you guys later. Appreciate everybody tuning in. the rest of the days, we'll probably be back here to discuss what we've seen. Other than that, man, I got nothing for you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Y'all have a good one.